All right, what's up, gamers? As you may know, we have a Get Yourself Bingoing event coming out on March 16th over at Bingothon. So I wanted to talk about Sonic Card bingo routing real quick. Obviously, this will be general principles applied for any time. So, with that in mind, this is geared more towards blackout bingo where you're doing every goal, but these principles will still apply to other variants of bingo because you'll still want to be considering these things as you are going about everything. But for blackout bingo, the very first thing we want to do is we want to do these Grand Prix goals, right? Not just Grand Prix goals, but we want to do everything in Grand Prix that we can right out the bat. With one exception that we will get to in a second. So, with these two things considered, we need to look on the board, see what Grand Prix goals there are, and see what unlockable goals there are. Now, obviously, there's a lot more unlockable goals on this board than just what I've highlighted. However, I've just highlighted one of everything, so we can just go through it all real quick. So as you can see, we have Supersonics. We got to get all 7 Chaos Emeralds. We've got Tails Doll, so we know we've got to win. We've got to get all 5 coins in Radical City. We've got Egg Robo, so we know we've got to get all 5 coins in Regal Ruin, Metal Sonic, Resort Island, Metal Knuckles, Reactive Factory, Eggman. We have to win Radiant Emerald. And Radiant Emerald, we have to do all 4 of the other stages. So, with that in mind, that means that even though there's only 2 Grand Prix on the board, we still have to do all 4, right? So, with that in mind, in the very beginning of this, we can see we have to do all of these characters. So, we're gonna need to make sure that we get either Metal Knuckles or Egg Robo first, so we can start in Radical City. Regal Ruin, do that, get Egg Robo, then go to Resort Island, do that with Egg Robo, then do it again with Metal Sonic real quick and get it out of the way. So that is one example right there. So now, time to talk about this little wrinkle in this tag mode with unlockable character. Because as you might be aware, the 4 unlockable characters at the right side of the character select screen and Supersonic all race each other and tag each other. However, that is only if you've unlocked all of them. So if there are any you haven't unlocked, it will fill in those empty slots with the base characters, which means we want to put off getting Supersonic. We want to save a Grand Prix trip for later. So now, ideally, this board is already well equipped for that. There are 3 Resort Island. So we're just going to save one of them for later. So for me, I'm going to save Metal Knuckles because he is the fastest out of these 3 characters. And I will go ahead and get the Chaos Emerald for one more race. Right. Now, for most new people that haven't put in a whole lot of time, I would recommend that you save Reactive Factory as your second trip, regardless what's on the board. Because even though you can quickly go through and get all 5 medals and the Chaos Emeralds in the first 3 stages, right? Those are very easy to do. Reactive Factory is legitimately difficult. A lot of new runners will get hung up over there. Even veteran runners will have that as their first split in a 100% speed run. So, genuinely, if you are struggling with that, just save that for a second trip. It will be fine. It will be just fine. But if you can get it in one go, then absolutely use the board and try to think about what goal makes sense to save for later, right? So, yeah, there you go. That is everything you need to consider when it comes to how to do this. So go ahead, pause the video for a second, think about how you would go about this. And I'm assuming you paused it or you didn't. Well, here we go. This is the order I would do things in, right? Boom. Just like that. So I would start with Regal Ruin with main, right? Get Egg Robo, right? And then I would do Resort Island with Egg Robo, then Resort Island with Metal Sonic. I will not get the Chaos Emeralds yet. I will save that for later. Then I'll do Radical City with Amy, and then Reactive Factory with my main, because the reason I'm saving this for later is because using a base character to get all 5 coins of the Chaos Emeralds is a lot easier than any of the unlockable characters, genuinely, because the unlockable characters all have better AI for some reason. Then I'll do Reactive Factory with main, because I just want to rip the band-aid of how slow Amy is. You could do these in either order. And then I'll go do tag mode real quick, because I will have done all 4 Grand Prix modes, and I will have Radiant Emerald, which is right here, and I'll be able to do it with all 3 of these characters. Boom, boom, boom. Then I will do Resort Island, Metal Knuckles for the Chaos Emeralds, and then I'll do Radiant Emerald Grand Prix with Supersonic right now, just to get Eggman and be done with it. And there you go. That is my recommendations for... That is my suggested order for this in a Blackout Bingo setting. Now, yeah, there are obviously variances you could do. But yeah, if you came up something close to how this played out, then you're on a good track. So, get yourself bingoing. March 16th, 2025. I want to see y'all there.